Hello friends, welcome to my channel. This is our today's question on Leetcode, and this question is basically daily challenge on 4th August, and the question is word break. So we will read the question first and we will try to figure out how we can solve this question. So you can see that given a string s and a dictionary of string word dict, return true if s can be segmented into a space separated sequence of one or more dictionary words. So basically what they have given to us, they have given us a string s. Okay, you can see that Leetcode is that string s and a word dictionary. Okay, so basically there are some strings in this vector, and what we have to do, we have to return true if we are able to split this string s into these words, okay, or into words which are present in this dictionary. Okay, so you can see that we are having Leetcode with us, and what we can do, we can split Leetcode into two words, two strings, that is leet and code. So you can see that these two strings are present in the word dictionary. Okay, so in this way they have written true. So let us have a closer view for this question. So you can see that these are our inputs, and what we can do, we can store these strings of word dictionary in a form of unordered map, and we can do some sort of recursion in this string s, and we can find whether it is possible to split the string s into these words or not. Or what we can do, we can use tries here also. So I will discuss both method. So one of the method is going to be recursion and memoization, and we will store this string in unordered map. And other what we can do, we can use tries here. So tries plus recursion plus memoization, we will see both the methods. So first we will go on this method tries plus recursion plus memoization. So let us try to code this method. So before this, I have to first write the class of trees, okay, tries. So I have auto generated it, so I will directly write it here. So you can see that this is the class of try and this is class of node of try. Okay, so we are having a void insert function here and a bool search function here. Okay, so what we will do, we will create a boolean function in this try class. So bool, what will be that function, can split. So this function will check whether the string s and can be splitted into the work into the strings of which are present in word list or not. So I will pass parameter string s and this vector word dict here. And what this function will do, so I will write here this function will check whether the string can be splitted into dict word or not. So this function will check this part. Okay, so what we will do, we will use some sort of memoization here. So for this, what we can do, we can have vector of dp, and the size of this vector is nothing but size of our string s, and it will be initially initialized by -1. So what is the use of this vector? This will be used for memoization. Okay, so basically this will be used for memoization purpose, and how it will be used and how we will use a recursive function, we will see that later. Okay, and we will what we can do, also we have to we will use try here. So what we have to do, we have to insert all the strings in this word dictionary in our try. So what we will do, we will iterate over all the strings of this word dict, and we will insert these strings in our try. So we will write a code insert of ele. Okay, so what we have done, we have inserted strings in our try. Okay, and what we will do, so we will have our a recursive function. So we will write that function as can split okay, can split helper. Okay, it will check whether it is possible to split the string or not. So the parameters that we will pass here is int. Okay, this is nothing but our current index and our string s. Okay, and what we can have our dp vector, okay, vector of int and dp. So what we will do, we will split the strings in two part. So basically you can see that I will tell you. So basically what we will do, we will have two parts of this string. So basically let's say lead, and other part is code. So what we will do, we will check whether the first part is present in dictionary or not, and if it is present in the dictionary or it is present in our try, what we will do, we will solve again for second part recursively. So I will write here what we will do. I will write an idea here. So what we will do, we will split string s in two parts, and will check what we will check whether the first part is present in our try or not. Okay, so if it is present, what we'll do, so what I will write it, if it is present, we will check for the second part. Okay, so say for second part recursively. So this is what we are going to do in this bool can split helper function. So if index is equal to s dot size, okay, so what does it mean? We are done with all the indexes of the string s, and if we are done with all the indexes, we will just return true or return 1 in this case. And so this is going to be our base case. So I will write here, it is our base case. And again, what we can have with us, we can have a repetitive case which is repeating. Okay, so repetitive case. So what we can say, if dp of index is not equal to -1, so what does it mean? We this case is already been repeated. Okay, so we will just return dp of int in this case. And otherwise what we will do, we will have our recursive cases with us. So what we will do, we will split the string in two parts. So what we can do, we can use we can have a string temp here, and what we will do, we will iterate from this index ind. So from int I is equal to ind and I less than s dot size, what we will do, we will get our temp. So we will add these characters in temp. So temp plus is equal to s of I, and what we will do, we will search whether this temp string is present in try or not. So we will check whether temp is present in try or not. So if for this we will have our boolean function search. So search of temp. So if it is present, so what we will do, if it is present, what we will do, we will check for the second part or second half part. So we will write if search temp and can split helper. So for the second part, the index will be nothing but I plus 1 and the string will be s, and we will have a dp as it is. So this is what we have done. So we will check whether the second part is true or not, and if it is and the first part is present in search or not. So if it is true, what we will do, we will just return we will just return dp of ind is equal to 1, and otherwise what we will do, we will just return dp of ind is equal to 0. So in this way, this helper function will work. It will go on each index, and it will split the strings in two part, and it will check whether the first part, that is temp, is present in the try or not, and if it is present, it will solve for the second part recursively, and it will return dp of index. Okay, so in this way, this helper function is working. So in our can split function, what we will do, we will run this helper function. So what we will do, we will just return we will just return can split helper, and the parameters will be our index. Initially our current index will be 0, so ind is equal to 0, and the string s and dp. So in this way, this can split function will return whether the string s can be splitted into these strings or not. And again, coming back to our word break function, we will have to fetch this function Okay, so for this we will have our object, so try tr, and what we will do, this tr is a object of try, and what we will do, we will just return tr dot what can split, and the parameters will be s and verdict. So let us see whether this code works or not. Okay, something is there. Okay, okay, we have to write I plus plus also, we have to increase the value of I also. So let us see whether the code works or not. So you can see that all the test cases are passing. Let us see for the main cases. So you can see that all the cases are passing. Okay, so this was the first approach, and I will explain this approach again. What we will do, we will iterate over all the strings of this word dictionary, and we are going to insert these strings or these strings in our try. And after that, what we will do, we will be having our helper function, can split helper. It is basically a recursive function, okay, which will what this function will do, as I told here, we will split string s in two parts, and we'll check whether the first part is present in try or not, and if the first part is present, we will check for the second part recursively. So that's what we will do here. And you can see that we are having string temp, and this temp is nothing but our first part of string. So you can see that we are having this first part of string with us. You can directly use substring function also. I have added the strings with these characters, both are same. So you can use this also, or you can directly use substring method or some substring uh, syntax, that whatever it is. Okay, and we will check whether the first part is present in or in the try or not. So for this we will use this search function. So if a search of temp, and if it is present, what we will do, we will check for the second half. So we will check whether the can split helper of I plus 1 s and dp is true or not. So if both of them are true, we will just return true, otherwise we will just return false. And in this way, this can split function will work using this can split helper function. And in you can see that these functions are present in the class of try, it is not present in our main function. So for in order to fetch these function, we have here we have to make a object. So here we are having object try of try tr, and we have to just return tr dot can split as comma verdict. So in this way, this try method was working. And if you want to solve this question using just try method, uh, you can use this code. And if you want to see another method, you can say it also. So another method is nothing but our unordered map. So I will erase this part, and we are done with this method, try plus recursion plus memoization. Now we are willing to solve this question using recursion plus memoization plus unordered map. So what we will do, this part is little bit easy. So basically we will do in the same way, but in this case what we are going to do, we are just storing the uh, words of the string of this word dictionary in a form of unordered map. So unordered map of string and int mp. So what this function, what this map will do, this will store the dictionary word. Okay, so this will store or this will check whether the word is present in dictionary or not. And we will again have our dp vector with us. Okay, so vector of int dp, and as size is nothing but s dot size plus 1 comma minus 1. So again it is used for memoization purpose, so for memoization. And again what we can have, uh, we have to iterate over all the elements of verdict. And what we are going to do, for all these element mp of ele is going to be 1. So in this way we have stored these elements in form of map. And after that what we will do, we will again have our recursive function. So bull can split, so we will have our string s, and the rest thing is same as it is string s. And we can have vector of int and dp. So we will update this dp vector, so that's why we are passing it by reference. And else we can have, we can have our int end. Okay, so our current index. So basically what we can do, if our index is equal to s dot size, so in this case what we can say that we will we have done over, we have iterated over all the strings. So in this case we will just return true or 1. And if we will have our repetitive case with us. So if dp of end is not equal to -1, we will just return dp of end. And otherwise we will have our string temp with us, so string temp. And we will iterate over index ind to the last index, that is s dot size and I plus plus. And we will check whether this first part, basically this temp is nothing but that first part itself. So we will check whether this temp is present in word dictionary or not. So I will write if mp of temp. And what we will do, we will solve recursively for the second part. So can split s comma dp comma I plus 1. So if it is true, we will just return dp of index is equal to 1, and otherwise return dp of index is equal to 0. And coming back to our main function, what we will do, we will just return can split of string comma dp comma index was initially 0. So let us see whether this code works or not. Okay, we have to pass unordered map here also. So unordered map of string and integer, so we have to pass it mp. Okay, and here also we have to pass mp, and in this function also we have to pass mp. So let us see whether this code works or not. So you can see that the test cases are passing. And let us have a look on main cases. So you can see that all the cases are passing. And talking about the time complexities or runtime, so you can see that for this method our runtime is 50 millisecond, and for the try method you can see that the runtime is 29 milliseconds. So this is because of the fact that try method is little bit faster than the unordered map method. So the I will write here try method is faster than unordered map method. Okay, so what happens in some question, if we use an ordered map, there can be chances of TLE, but in this question there was no such case. Okay, so there was no such a TLE in both the cases. So I will explain this part again. So this was basically the same as we have done in try, but the function difference is only that we were inserting we were just inserting these strings ELE in a try, and here what we are doing, we are storing it in form of unordered map, and rest everything is same. We will have our recursive function with us, and this is our base cases. So this is nothing but our base case, and this is our repetitive case. Okay, and this is our again recursive part. Okay, so in this way we have solved this question using both the methods, tries and this unordered map method. And if you like any of my method, you can like my video also. And I hope you understood my solution and code for the both the methods. And if you have any kind of doubt regarding this question, you can ask me in comment section, or if you want to share any idea regarding this question, you can also write your views in comment section. And if you want to see some more videos like this, you can subscribe my channel. And both the methods, code for both the methods will be provided in description. Thank you.